All right, Tameka Walker is a certified educator in the Florida public school system. She's a motivational speaker, life coach, and mentor. She's also a counselor who has been a strong community activist for over 18 years, as well as an avid blogger and writer. She has pursued a degree in sociology and psychology. She obtained a bachelor's in information technology, a master's in education, and is currently completing her PhD in organizational leadership. Yes. Her greatest passion is to empower individuals to be more productive citizens in their community. She is the president of Williams Education and Enrichment Program, Inc., also a sponsor of this event, which is a Florida-based not-for-profit 501c3k tax-exempt organization that was formed to provide relief for at-risk youths and adults through the implementation of community outreach programs and initiatives. She's a proud sponsor of a Florida-based girls mentoring program, the creator of the Take Back Your Life conferences and workshop, as well as the author of 3 books. Well, 2 books, 10 questions to help you find that amazing partner. Hallelujah. And Take Back Your Life, How to Triumph Through Adversity. So I want to welcome Tameka. Please just put your hands together for her. We're going to have a wonderful time with her. She's going to be taking us through realizing your potential.
Can you hear me? Okay. Hello, everyone. If I sound a little husky or anything like that, I am just getting over a flu. If I tell you what it took to reach here today, you see, that would be a story in of itself. But I'm glad to be here. God is good, and I have to support my sister, my friend. We go way back, just to let you know. But I had to come out and support her, so I'm like, devil is a liar, cold, whatever going on, I'm making it today. So I did. So it's great to be here. And just because I know with the time, I just wanted to, they did the whole introduction, but I wanted to make sure that everyone had a packet which says Realizing My Potential at the front, and also the 5-minute personality test. There is a method to my madness, so you'll see what this is about. So, one of the things that I wanted to go over is I'm doing Realizing Your Potential. But when you're doing workshops and seminars, some people are like, okay, I want to realize my potential, but what is my potential supposed to be? So I kind of took it back, because something that stood out to me, I can't even recollect where I heard it now, is Bishop T.D. Jakes had said, if you can't figure out your purpose, figure out your passion, for your passion will lead you right into your purpose. So if you have a purpose, this is my objective here, if you do have a purpose and you know, well, knowing your passion, knowing your purpose will help you to actually realize your potential. So you will see how I put everything together. Okay, so welcome, and let's get started. So I want you guys to just flip over to, that should be your, I think, second page. Yeah, that should be your second page where it says, what is my passion? What is my purpose? So the objective, as I said, is we're going to work on finding out what your passion is, what your purpose is. We're going to create a purpose statement, and then we're going to take a look, get to know me, get to know yourself through the personality test, because through that, it would help you to even more effectively realize your potential. Okay? So, one of the things that you want to look on, because even for me, I've been through a lot, and like I said, I'm not going to just do this long spiel, but I've been through a lot. And it took a while to really focus and hone in on what my passion was. I've always loved youths. I've always loved people. I talk a lot, so I kind of ended up doing something that I'm passionate about, which was based off, like I said, my purpose started out with a passion. I had a passion to, travel, be around people, I loved counseling, I loved helping people, I love to write, I love to speak. So one of the things that I'm doing right now encompasses everything that I love to do. And the thing is, when you love something, you actually will give 101%, you will be happier, and you will feel more fulfilled. Okay? So, some of the questions that I wanted you to ask yourself, if you look on page 2, is, what do you love doing? What do you feel motivated or passionate about? The second question says, what skills or talents do you have? What am I good at doing? Now, the important thing is to note that what you love to do is not necessarily what you're good at doing. So let me say that again. A lot of time you love to do something, but you might not be so good at it. And this is where you have to find that right compromise where, okay, I love it, but I have to find a way that it fits. And also you pray about it. It is very important that you pray for guidance, for wisdom, for understanding, for knowledge, so you will have a better insight into what your purpose is. Where do I plan to use these talents? For personal, business, professional use, or for serving others? So where do you fit? Sometimes you fit in more than one category. Like for me, I fit in more than one category. Let me tell you something. I love give. Anybody know me? As you call me and you need something, or let's go do community outreach, Tameka, right there. So you just have to know what you are comfortable with and what you love doing. I know my mom will visit everybody in the world. As soon as you call her, oh, she at this hospital, she's gone. That's my mom's thing. You see, everybody have their thing that they love to do. The point is to find what you love to do. So that takes me to the fourth one. How do I plan to use these skills in the areas I have identified? So now what I want you guys to do is take a minute. Gave you the questions. And I want you to do A, B, C, D, and E. Now for D, when it says my highest level of education, it is not mandatory. But sometimes things that you're passionate about and you love doing, you might need to get certification. So I guess, for instance, okay, I want to be a psychologist, or I want to be a counselor. There are certain certifications and certain things that you need to do. So this is part of the whole research, and it's part of the whole process. Okay, because you do some things, if you're a writer, some things you don't need to necessarily get certifications in. Okay, so that's why I asked D. Not mandatory. So let's take like a minute or 2 or 3 and let's fill it out. And if you are comfortable with sharing with an elbow partner, that's wonderful as well. And maybe I'll ask 1 or 2 people really quickly what they came up with, if you don't mind. Put you on the bright light. And if you look on page 3, I also have an example there as well. Very brief, but let me give you guys like a minute. Okay, can I move on? Or you guys need another minute? Yes? No? Can we move on? Oh, yes? All right. Okay, so one of the things that I wrote there, I said that I love helping people. Just like I said, it can be a little more detailed if you want, or it can be just very basic. What skills or talents do you have? So when you're talking about skills or talents, I said something like, I can cook, I'm a writer, I can teach, I'm a great listener. So you're starting to look on yourself. What are some of the things that I'm really good at? Because you're trying to find that fit for yourself based on your passion. Then where do you want to use these skills? It could be business or professionally, or maybe you want to do it as being a community advocate. Okay? And then how do I plan to use my skills or talents in the areas I've identified? I plan to become a mentor and start my own counseling business. Okay? So this is what I'm talking about. You kind of are evaluating yourself based on what you're good at, what you love, and where would you get that fit that you could do something with it. One of the things I speak about as well is turning your passion into profit. Because if you can find your passion and you can really create a goal, create a blueprint, you can actually turn your passion into profit. Okay. Any questions so far? Yeah, that's a teacher in me, but you know. All right, so let us flip over to page 4. Okay. So here we have my purpose statement. So, okay, you've analyzed yourself, you've looked on your skills, your talents, you've looked on all of that. So now I've given kind of a little template for you to fill out. And then underneath it, you are going to say, once you've answered each question, put them together and create a statement that defines what your purpose is. Okay? It does say, please note the example on the next page. That's a typo. It's the page before, the one that I just spoke about. So what you can do is fill it out a little bit. Everything you just wrote, plug it into that, and then create your own purpose statement. And I hope somebody can share a purpose statement with me. I'd really love that. Okay, so let's give you guys a minute again, and let us write our purpose statement. I'm going to do like 2 minutes because I know it's a little longer than that. Okay, while you're finishing up, my example that I had here, it actually was on the same page. I realized that when I printed it. Okay, I love to help people, and some of my skills or talents are cooking, writing, teaching, and I'm a great listener. I have a bachelor's in education and would love to use these skills or talents in my professional and business life. I plan to use my degree to become a mentor and start a consulting business. Okay, so kind of got that from somebody too, but yeah. So does anyone want to share what they had? I don't want to put you on the spot, you know, but anybody wants to kind of share, or maybe some skills that they have that they think they can utilize? Anyone? Going once, going twice. Okay. All right, so let's move on. All right, so one of the things that I wanted you to do is write your name, because sometimes when you take ownership of it, so you've written a statement, this is what I want to do, this is where I want to go. I will not let anything or anyone stop me from realizing my purpose in life. You write your name, your signature, and today's date. What that does is give you, you've owned it. You've owned that purpose statement. Okay? And one of the questions I want us to look on is, how does understanding my passion help me to find my purpose? How this table here, how do you think it would help you to, if you find your passion, how can it help you to find your purpose? I put you on the spot, I'm sorry. Any one of you guys, you at the back, I put you on the spot, I know I did. Yes, you hear that's I couldn't have done it better myself. Thank you so much. And may I ask your name? Alex. Thank you, Alex. You rock. Okay. All right. So okay, thank you. So that was just awesome. All right. Oh, we had somebody else who wanted to share? Thank you. That is so true. So it's very important. Passion really makes a difference, because there are going to be days that you have to go above and beyond. There are going to be days you don't want to do it. But that passion, that drive is what makes you take that next step. Trust me, I can tell you. You see, I have a book called Take Back Your Life. I promise you. And God can't leave out the Almighty, because He will take you the rest all the way. All right. So on page 5, I have like a spiritual word, because one of the things that I have a online group, and we tackle certain topics, and also we talk about things in terms of, you know, how to spiritually deal with some things. And I just wanted to leave you with this before we do the last part of this, and I wanted to read it. It's actually from an upcoming book that I'm writing. But one of the most crippling things when we seek to follow our passion is fear. It could be fear of the unknown, what people might say, a fear of failing in our endeavors, and that you will not have enough time to complete the task that lies ahead. Remember that God did not give us a spirit of fear. So one of the reference passages I used was 2 Timothy 1:7. For God, and part of it I'm reading is, for God gave us a spirit not of fear, but of power and love and self-control. So I wanted to leave that little word with you. So if we look on page 6, where it says wrap it up, what are my skills and talent in that little box? What do I love to do in the next box? How will I use my talents and skills? And what areas will I utilize my skills or talents? So I kind of came back to it because I really want it to be solidified in your mind as to, okay, what's the next step? Okay? So the big question, which is based on this workshop here, this little presentation, how do I go about realizing my potential? Understanding your purpose will help you to realize your full potential. But you also need to know your strengths and your weaknesses as an individual. In other words, you need to get to know yourself. You need to know what you're about. And when you're going after that goal that you have set in an attempt to realize your potential, you'll know the best way to do it based on you. So it's a very quick quiz. Why is it important to me? This test will help you to better understand your strengths and weaknesses. It will guide you in regards to self-reflection and equip you with the knowledge, tools, and resources needed to help you realize your full potential. So we have some personalities. Yeah, I know it's lion, otter, retrievers, and beavers, and we're not any of those, but I thought it was cute, so I said, let me just share it. So you have different personality combinations, okay? So, but you have what's called the dominant one, okay? All right, so I just need you to take a look at the next handout. that's on your table and just take a minute and do that quiz. And I have to wrap it up, but let me give you a minute to kind of go through it and choose. And then I'll go around later and see what you guys got. Okay? It's this one that says the 5-minute personality test. Okay, for the sake of time, I want you to do my personality test. You can't get out of it. But when Trisha comes on later, I might think of a fun little activity and see if I can see what your personalities were. Maybe 5 minutes, Trisha, or 4 minutes too. Okay, so when she comes on, and if she forget and I forget, because just remind me, okay? All right. Any questions before I go? All right, thank you. You guys were awesome, awesome, awesome sauce. God bless.
Okay, so ladies, we're just giving you some quick exercises that you can use later. And when I say later, I mean you actually should be doing these exercises for the rest of your life. Because you always have to be assessing yourself, right? I'm also a life coach, and what Tameka did is excellent. It's actually similar to something that I do, right? And I know it works. When I do these activities with my students or the persons that I coach, some of them will tell me as soon as they're done with the activity, either they get a phone call for a job or some business opportunity opens up or something. And why does that happen? Because the Lord wants us to write the vision and make it plain. And if we don't know who we are, like Tameka said, and we don't know where we're going, then things can't happen. And sometimes we're stuck and we wonder why we're stuck. It's because we're not doing what we need to do. So thank you so much for participating. Do not throw away the paper. It's yours for the rest of your life. Right? All right. So I have a giveaway, very quick giveaway. And I want to know something that Tameka said. Let me see now. What did Tameka say? If you can remember anything that she said. She said that your passion is important. You're not allowed because you gave a great answer, right? And Auntie Bev is not allowed because she gave a great answer. So is there anybody that in 3 words can tell me why passion is important for figuring out your purpose, for unleashing your potential? And I have a fantastic CD here from Reverend Ripton Morris. And it's fantastic. 1, because it's my father do it. 2, because him sound good. 3, because my sister is on it. And 4, because I am on it. Hooray. So, I want to give away a CD. So, who's going to tell me in 3 words? 3 words. And why do I say 3 words? Because sometimes the Lord speaks to us in small, just bites. And we don't even realize that He's talking. Right? And you have to be able to, when they talk about the elevator pitch, you should know who you are in a word, in 2 words, in 3 words, right? Anybody ready? Yes? Let me tell you, I have to give you this CD because the truth of the matter is purpose is always about following God. There is no 2-way about it. Come and get your CD. Give her a huge clap, like bigger than that, bigger than that. Bless you. Thank you so much for participating. Bless the Lord with that. Okay, So, or